Welcome to the Northland. Today we are going to put in a new stereo into the Black Pearl. This is probably like I think the third stereo. Well, it's at least the third stereo. I can't remember if it's the fourth or not, but the original one that it came with just was not very good. Was kind of low quality, and so I replaced that, I believe, with the one that's in there now, and that was one to get just better performance, and two was so that I could use Sirius XM. And now that phones today are Bluetooth and they do not have auxiliary jacks anymore, that stereo, okay, so here's the deal. The phone, which you're watching on right now, does not have an auxiliary jack. The stereo that's in the Black Pearl right now does not have Bluetooth. So that's why we're putting in a new stereo. I'm going to try and remember how the one comes out, but in either case, it's coming out. This one's going in, so let's go jump right into this. Alright, so I had to kind of monkey around because I couldn't remember which one with which stereo. I should have marked them, I suppose, but basically I used these to already remove this. I already pulled the wires out and everything, but this way I could kind of just do it with one hand to show you what's going on. And that's the one nice thing about modern, I don't know if it's modern technology really, but they make things easy for you with doing pretty much plug and play stuff. This is the plug for the new stereo. I just have to connect a couple of wires back in here, and there's no way I can get under there and show this to you as I'm doing it, because I can't even get hardly two arms under there. So we'll do the next I'll video the next part. I think is important for you guys to see. So it's nice that there are standards. Basically it's going to be just the same as it is here. So we'll plug in the white and the white with gray or black stripe, just like this one is, and so on and so forth, the power, the ground, and so on. And then this will plug right into the back of the new stereo, plug the antenna in, and it should be good to go. Now, another thing that's kind of cool is, I don't know if you guys have seen this stuff. I'm not sure exactly if this is the maker or what, but these are really cool because this makes your waterproof wiring really easy. Like, I'm just using this one because it's larger. So you stick your wires in from each end, heat it up with the heat gun. This silver part melts and is like a solder, and then the clear and the blue stripes shrink up, grab around the wire, and you got a nice waterproof connection. No crimping needed, no hard soldering, when you're underneath the dash needed. Just a good heat gun, and bam, you're done. And as long as you're using the right size connector, the seal should be, or the connection should be waterproof. And just like that, we're in. I have a confession to make. So yesterday, I'm still, I don't know. So I started shooting this video, right? And I show you it was just pretty much connect the wires back and forth, plug and play, all that good stuff, right? So that's what I did, and nothing worked. And I thought, well, what the hell? I did the wires just like it was on the old one, and I knew the old one worked. So I cut the connections apart, except for the speaker wires, because I just needed to make sure that the unit had power. Brought the old stereo back out, plugged it in. It didn't work. I'm like, what the hell? I end up pulling some wires, because I was trying to find underneath this console right here. And then I ended up cutting everything that was tied up. So I cut the ties to pull the wires out so that I could try and trace wires. End up finding out that under here where all these wires run, the wire had pulled apart, so there was no connection. So I resoldered that, or put one of them waterproof connectors on. Used my handy dandy test light to make sure I had power under the dash. No power. This is a pretty, where is it? This is a pretty simple tool to use, and I love it. This is so handy. This is a quick, you have a good ground, you attach one end of this to the ground, touch the other end of the wire, it'll tell you if you have power there. So, no power. So now I'm tracing wires, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out what the hell is wrong. So then I thought, well, maybe I attached the stereo to the auxiliary battery that runs my electric trolling motor, so that when I'm playing music, it's not drawing on my starting battery. So I go get the auxiliary battery, plug that in. No, wasn't that. And I had a feeling it wasn't, because I looked at the wires that were hooked up to that connector, and I knew one was the charger, one was the trolling motor, and one was the depth finder. There was only 3 there. And I don't know, for the life of me, I still don't know what it was. So this morning, I ended up running new wire from the battery all the way up to the console, wherever it is, right in there. And power. And so then I hook up ground, power, nothing. I don't have any auxiliary, like you do in your car with the fuse block. I have separate fuses, and I went and I checked all those. The fuses were all good. Turned out, I can't get under there now to shoot. Well, maybe I can. Hold on. I can't get under here with it. I'll have to try and describe this, but you can see that red and yellow wire. Get my finger up here. This wire right here. Focus. Come on, focus. It turned out the red and yellow wire for the stereo needs to be plugged into the hot wire. The red wire on the left here was always hot. That's from the battery. One of the things that's cool about this stereo, now I got a remote for it. The other one didn't have a remote. Now that's a huge deal if you're sitting in the driver's seat driving, but a lot of times I'm running the trolling motor or something, and now I don't have to get up all the time to either turn it up, turn it down, change the station, change from radio station to XM and vice versa, and whatever. So this is going to come in real handy. More handy so than the remote you get for a car stereo these days. But anyway, cool remote. I'm assuming it works. I have not tried this yet, so I'm hoping it works. I also, at this time, want to thank and welcome 1972 Smooch. I don't know if that means kiss. Anyway, 1972 Smooch, welcome. I hope you will find these videos informative, hilarious at times, informative, instructional, maybe just weird or stupid even. Go ahead, make fun of me. I can make fun of myself. You guys can make fun of me too. I'm a big boy. I got thick skin. I can take it. So, all right. So, the yellow one is supposed to be. Yellow one is for the wire that goes to the battery. The red one is for accessory. Again, like I said, I don't have accessory, right? Well, I don't know. I thought to myself, what would Smacky's Garage do? Which I'm going to give him a plug here, because I'll tell you what. If you guys haven't come across this gentleman yet, go check out Smacky's Garage. This guy is smart, okay? Not my kind of smart. He's very smart. And he does a lot of car stuff. In fact, almost all of his stuff is car, truck, whatever related, modifications or replacements, whatever. But anyway, go check him out, Smacky's Garage. So I asked myself, what would he do? And I thought, well, what the hell, just for the hell of it, I connected the yellow and the red wire together and then touched it with the red wire, and wouldn't you know, everything lit up. I don't know, I probably could have done that yesterday and had it fixed, at least after I had the broken wire repaired. I know that was an initial problem, but at this point I don't remember which came first and which came last, because I literally worked for hours trying to chase wires and find out, checking grounds and anyway. I probably only been working on this for 30 minutes, maybe 45, because I had some new connections I wanted to make while I was under there. But yeah, within 45 minutes I had it working. So it's cool. Now, I won't be able to do a product review on this stereo until, well, I don't know, next time I get out. At the current moment, I'm not planning on getting the boat out until the end of August. And I may go out before then, I don't know, but the first time I get it out, I will do a product review on this stereo. Now, just from what I've run through, just some basic stuff here, I like it. It's a lot better than the old Kenwood I had. Not that that was a bad stereo, it's just more modern technology, and the LCD, the screen is a little bit brighter, it's easier to see, and so on and so forth. So anyway, all right, I'll shut up. If you have any questions, comment below, and I will do my best to answer them all. You can go tell me how stupid I am or whatever, I don't care. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe, even if you did not like the video, or even if you think I'm a clown. Hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Also, tap the bell at the bottom after you hit subscribe, so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And last but not least, share it. Share it with somebody. Share it. You know what? If you share it with a professional stereo installer, he might be able to get some laughs out of it. So, again, I'm no professional by any means, but I check the basics. Like I said, you go through and you check your grounds, you check all your fuses, you check to make sure you have power, and so on and so forth. And then it's just a matter of tracing the problem. Anyway, all right. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next video.